Hello, Cancer. This is Soul from Intuitive Tarot, and I'm here to look at your week ahead starting July 7th, 2025. Cancer, I hope all is well. Welcome any new subscribers to the channel. You know, I appreciate you. The deck that I am using will be listed in the description box. And by the way, the deck I am using is usually reserved for doing, love readings and whatnot. But I figure, switch it up a little bit. Not reading any reversals. Just going to shuffle this deck up here real good and see what the potential energy is coming up for my fellow crabs. Happy birthday to all my fellow Cancerians out there who are celebrating their birthday this week. I know I am on July 10th. That will be my birthday. So happy birthday to me. All right. So energies for my crabs here. Energies for Cancer. What kind of week are we going to have? All right, so let's cut the deck here and see what the energies are going to be for us. We want to start off with the first card. We got Judgment, Cancer. Judgment, Major Arcana. So we have spiritual protection, in our favor all of next week. So that's a good thing to start off with, just knowing that there is an energy of spiritual protection watching over us, possibly guiding us. Also to this card I read in terms of awakening. So there could be some things, Cancer, that you discover about yourself this week that you didn't know before, and that energy could be both positive and negative. Same energy applies in dealing with other people. Some things you discover about them that could be positive or negative as well. Also too, I just also refer to this energy here as there may be some sort of movement here for some Cancers. And it could be a project. It could be something really simple. It could be a project, but usually with this card, it's usually you awake to something that you not necessarily been you were sleeping over. Maybe it's something to do with a project or some other type of situation where you didn't have the time wasn't right for you at that moment, or there didn't have the resources or materials or whatever. I feel that this week will be the week that you possibly move forward with. Also, too, with the Judgment card, I always say make sure that you are always maintaining an aspect of positivity towards yourself, Cancer, and towards others this week, because this is still the card that's regarded as karma. Karma pays you back whether you do good deeds or not. All right, so following the Judgment card here, now we have look at this. We have the Major Arcana, the Chariot. The Chariot is here, which represents okay, sorry about that. Yeah, the Major Arcana, the Chariot, represents us, Cancer. So you know already that this energy here is going to be super dynamic for most of the Cancers that I'm reading for. Things moving in the direction that you want them to move in as positive, right? Some of you may be traveling still. If you are going to be traveling, you're going to be safe to and from. Also, to the Chariot, there could be some, Cancerians who have to deal with minor car repairs, major car repairs. Just don't be the crab that gets behind any source of any vehicle. Disregard the speed limit, because you will end up with a moving violation. I also equate the Chariot with that of the Star card, so you get all of the Star cards energy. So stargazing, dream journaling, what you're wishing for, hoping for, praying for may come to you, right? You may meet somebody famous. Anything related to your own psychic energies may be developed or expanded. Yes, social media, social networking. All right, so after the Major Arcana of the Chariot, you have, excuse me, not reading reversals. Now we got the Eight of Swords here, Cancer. So the Eight of Swords here, don't worry too much about the Eight of Swords. If, in fact, that this is the type of energy that you may be dealing with, I always say deal with it. Reduce the conflicting energies that you are dealing with. This card typically relates to fears, doubts, worries, suspicions, anxiety, sleepless nights, or whatever. Her hands are tied, and the ship is behind her, so it could be anything involving any type of situation at a distance from you. I always say that there could be a break in communication, whether or not it's, the break in communication is near or far. But also, too, the trick side of the Eight of Swords is not to infiltrate your mind with things that have yet to come to pass for you. Meaning, you could be worried about something specific. It could be involving a person, a relationship, whatever, your job. And then you're role playing that energy in your mind, coming up with some sort of outcome which is detrimental. You don't do that. You shouldn't do that, Cancer. That's my advice to you. Because whatever it is that you could be thinking about that's creating some sort of anxiety, fears, worries, unnecessarily may not come to pass. And if it does come to pass, the things that you are, fearful or worried about, nervous about, anxious about, may not turn out to be the way that you compiled it in your mind. So be very, very careful here with this Eight of Swords. It's not necessary for me to throw a clarifier on that Eight of Swords. It, speaks volumes on its own. So it could be almost anything. All right. So following the Eight of Swords here for you, Cancer. Now, look, Four of Cups. There's the celebration. Okay. So the Chariot here also, too, was in the form of celebrations for those Cancers who are celebrating their birthday this week. That includes me. Hanging out with family members, friends, romantic partners. Sometimes I always say that this could be having some sort of enjoyment, spending quality time with people that are closest to you at diners or restaurants, right? So this is celebrating birthdays, anniversaries, having a grand time. Following the Four of Cups, now we have the Seven of Wands. Seven of Wands here simply just represents any actions or decisions for you this week, Cancer. Always follow through with whatever it is that you have intentions on doing, because if you don't, this is the card that usually refers to standing your ground. Don't submit to yourself, don't submit to others. Always follow through with what you're going to carry out this week. And if you do, you should be all right. But if you don't, this is the card that always comes through as regrets. Up next, now we have the Page of Wands. So the Page of Wands, there's something very fast that's coming towards us, approaching us. It could be an actual person who delivers something good in terms of some sort of news. This could be unexpected news. This also could be an unexpected surprise. All right. Page of Wands also, too, for any other Cancer, could be, starting off with a new hobby or creative pursuit, could be beginning stages of a new relationship. Okay. So there we go. Following the Page of Wands, now we have the King of Swords. King of Swords is always determined, great communicator, and it will go, coincide with the Seven of Wands. If this is about any major actions or decisions for you this week, Cancer, I forgot to mention too with the Chariot, someone, even though we don't have the Pentacles here, somebody still could be interested in purchasing a new car. All right. Or, another vehicle. King of Swords here is sitting there waiting to use that sword. He's already communicated. He knows what exactly he's going to do. This is usually involving Cancer, something major or something major in terms of an action. King of Swords. Following the King of Swords, there's the Six of Cups. Six of Cups is going down memory lane, feeling nostalgic this week. Some of us, thinking of our childhood, things of the past. The card usually comes through. However, for those Cancers who have relatives and friends who are still living that may, be at a distance from you that you may not have seen in a long period of time. But this is the card that always comes through to say that there could be some expectancy of hearing from them. Now, this could be somebody, you were linked with, romantically or had thoughts of romantically in your past. Even number of cups, so emotionally what you give is what you're going to get back during this week. For other Cancers, it could be thinking of or memorializing those who once were in your life, who you were close to, who you knew. Now they're over in spirit. So I would assign the dates, the July 7th through the 13th, involving their passing date or their birth dates. Okay, that's the Six of Cups. Up next, now we have the Major Arcana, the Fool. Okay, take that leap of faith, Cancer. Step out there into the unknown. This card is always about taking risks, taking chances. And if you do take risks and take chances, know that you will be supported. There's people out there for you to see. Some of you may be seeking just, some form of excitement or adventure. Also, too, for other Cancer, this card represents new beginnings that may be opening up to you in different areas of your life. Following the Major Arcana, the Fool, Now we have the Ace of Swords. Ace of Swords here, victory and success. Definitely you can attach that energy to anything that's going on for you this upcoming week. This card too is a great deal of determination, seeking some sort of clarity, insight, first decisions, first actions, right? That would be your Ace of Swords. Additional messages here for you, Cancer, for this week. We have the King of Wands. King of Wands, very passionate, very intense. He's usually focused on something or someone, normally going after whatever it is, that he's focused on. This would be you, Cancer, putting yourself into the shoes of the King of Wands. That's you feeling very strong and passionate about something. It could be almost anything. It could be a relationship. You could be involved in a relationship with a fire sign, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. But whatever it is, it's intense, it's passionate, and definitely because it's a court card, he can express himself in a sexual manner. And it's usually positive as well. Up next now we have the Ace of Wands. So again, two aces in a reading is very auspicious energy here for us, Cancer. So Ace of Wands, like the Page of Wands, something coming in very, very fast with a, touch or element of surprise. Good news. This is usually good news that comes in very, very fast. I also read the Ace of Wands as the card of initializing. So it could be that you initialize the starting stages of a new relationship, a new project, a new creative pursuit, whatever. Okay? Beginning passion with the Ace of Wands. Up next here for you, Cancer, is the Nine of Wands. Nine of Wands simply means that some of us are going to find ourselves somewhat busy this week, doing the things that we need to do, taking care of our own energies, or it could be anything involving our family. It could be work related as well. Okay, but you'll have the energy assist of the Nine of Wands. All right, so this is what I have for us this week, Cancer. Not too bad. Remember, it's just me interpreting these messages here. You guys have a safe, great week ahead. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Always come back to get more of these messages from me, Cancer, and I'll talk to you real soon. Ciao.